Time is just gone 9:56 as we head towards closure this morning, and today being the 1st of November, in around 14 days from now, once again in support of Salaamedia's humanitarian journalism activities. We have the absolute pleasure, as we have done in the past with the likes of Abir Zayed, Dr. Metz Gilbert, and not very long ago, Yumna Al Saeed. Once again, we are giving the South African audiences right across the country to meet with photojournalist and content creator from Gaza, Hamza Chalan. Now, this is going to be a very, very powerful tour across many cities in South Africa. It is going to be Gaza through the lens of Hamza Chalan, footage that you've never seen before. Very, very powerful. You are going to be seeing audio visual presentations that you've never seen before throughout just over the year that this genocide has unfolded. And Alhamdulillah, we have been engaging with a number of people right across South Africa, many of the cities in South Africa, to host the events, to meet with Hamza Chalan, but more importantly, to get this very, very powerful message of Palestine and Gaza to our audiences. And this time around, the one city, and they have engaged with us previously on previous tours with Abir Zayad and Dr. Metz Gilbert, Young Hearts for Palestine, always willing, always assisting, and welcoming the idea of working with us at Salaamedia in Gqeberha in Port Elizabeth. And this is where the first of the many events will be kicking off in South Africa in Port Elizabeth on Saturday, the 16th of November. Zahra Limbada, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خير for having me.
Yes, always a pleasure working with your organizations, Young Hearts for Palestine, always willing, always coming to the fore, and once again, looking forward with anticipation, with excitement on working with you and your team and everybody else in Gqeberha, in Port Elizabeth, on this tour in support of our media, our humanitarian journalism, but also looking forward to hosting Hamza Chalan.
Inshallah, yes, we are also looking quite forward to it. It's such an opportunity, especially for Gqeberha.
Yes, in fact, we know that normally people say that people forget about Gqeberha, but Alhamdulillah, at Salam Media, we have not forgotten about Gqeberha. We've been there now on two previous occasions, and we're always honored, and really, it's always been a wonderful experience. And I'm sure looking at Young Hearts for Palestine, looking at the community of Port Elizabeth, you are looking forward to this event.
Yes, inshallah, we really are. So, as I said, we don't really often get these opportunities to have people like Hamza come and engage with our solidarity community in the city. And so, we're trying to get it out and get people involved. I know that people will be interested with Dr. Mads. We had a really good turnout, alhamdulillah. So, I think with Hamza as well, he's bringing such an important message. He's bringing to GQ, to Gqeberha, something that we've never really had before. So I think will be really engaging, inshallah, and I think that they would be very generous with their time, and inshallah also with regards to the fundraiser, they would be contributing as well.
Yes. And also, I think what is important, Zahra, is for an organization like Young Hearts for Palestine, because we cannot stop. The genocide hasn't stopped. It's going on for well over a year on a daily basis. People are being killed, people are dying, people are starving, people don't have medication. And I know it's always, sometimes you have this fatigue when you are supporting the Palestinian cause, and it is tours like these that give us a reminder, that give us that boost, that extra bit of energy to say, hey, we can't stop. We need to still continue keeping the Palestinian struggle alive.
Yes. So we have noticed that yes, there is a community and there's a large support for the Palestinian solidarity struggle. However, like you said, there's a bit of fatigue, and sometimes we feel like there has to be a major event for people to be pushed towards activism. And then at some point, also, it's like we get desensitized to what is going on. Like you said, it's been going on for well over a year. People are sometimes desensitized by seeing these gruesome images every day, hearing about these horrific things. But then an event like this puts everything back into perspective and shifts the narrative again, and then people are then motivated to start up again. So it feels like a constant cycle, especially as the organization there in Gqeberha. We do struggle sometimes, but as long as there's always momentum, even two people at an event is still something. And that's what keeps us going. And, we look at the broader picture. This is for the liberation of Palestine and an end to injustice. So that is what it's always at the back of our minds when we do things like this.
Well, Zahra, knowing Young Hearts for Palestine and having engaged with your team previously, I know you are a very young team, but a small team, but also a very, very committed team, Alhamdulillah. And I'm sure, the pulling it off once again, like you've always done in the past as well. And as Salaamedia, we find that synergy in what you are doing and what we are promoting from a media perspective as well. So I'm sure, it is going to be very, very exciting. Obviously, a lot of hard work lays ahead in terms of promoting the event, in terms of getting the message out to the broader community of Gqeberha and Port Elizabeth, and possibly some of the other areas as well.
Yes, inshallah. So we're also collaborating with the PSO at Nelson Mandela University, and we're hoping that, they would get other communities involved. We have surrounding towns like Makanda. They've had a few events and they might join in. You never know. People come from Alexandria at times. We've had people come through. So our posters go out, it gets circulated, and people really do come and support. And we notice when people come out, we notice the familiar faces, and we're really so appreciative of them. And and inshallah, then we might have a larger crowd, and we gain more support each time we have an event. And it's always a success, even if it's just a handful of people that have been there.
Well, the thing is, I think, like you said, it's not sometimes about numbers, but I'm sure, over a period of time, a lot of awareness has been created with regard to the events, and we see it from one event to the next. There seems to be a lot more interest, a lot more people obviously coming through, and this is, what we need. This is what even a city like Port Elizabeth needs, because I think, we cannot ignore the contribution that you have made, the contribution that Young Hearts of Palestine have made towards the greater Palestinian cause. And we need to acknowledge, we need to recognize, and we need to also applaud all your efforts in every way whatsoever, Zahra.
Alhamdulillah, like our team is incredible. We have a really dedicated team, and everyone takes up their role really well and makes a big contribution. And it's because we stick together as a team and we overcome challenges together that we are able to keep the momentum going since 2021. Alhamdulillah. So we're very grateful for that.
Well, Zahra, Saturday, the 16th of November is going to be the date, inshallah, when we will be in Port Elizabeth. We know that I see the poster is on screen right now, and it is already going out, and I'm sure it's going to be shared far and wide. And clearly, we are looking forward once again to engaging with you, with Young Hearts for Palestine, with the communities of Port Elizabeth and the surrounding areas, inshallah, and looking forward to a wonderful tour once again. And this time around, this is the first one in South Africa, so PE honored. This we're kicking off in Port Elizabeth, inshallah, and we will kick off with a bang.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah so much for that and for your time with us this morning, Zahra. All the best to you and the people of Port Elizabeth. Have yourself also a wonderful Jummah, inshallah, and I'm sure we will be engaging a lot more. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for having me.
Zahra Limbada from Young Hearts for Palestine. And just to remind you that we have already secured a number of confirmations across South Africa, live in South Africa, through the lens of Hamza Chalan, journalist and content creator from Gaza. And aside, a very, very powerful audio-visual presentation that you have never, ever seen before. So if wherever we're going to be right across South Africa, please make it a point to meet up with Hamza Chalan, starting off in Port Elizabeth Saturday, the 16th of November. And we're looking at some of the other areas as well where we've had confirmations coming through. This time around, we're going to Mahikeng on the 20th of November, inshallah. We will be with the Mafeking Community for Palestine, taking Soweto as well, with the Soweto Muslim Association, Alhamdulillah, partnering with us. We've seen also in Bloemfontein, never ever been before to Bloemfontein, and Bloemfontein is going to be on the 23rd of November, and we're working with the community out in Bloemfontein as well, and also Ladysmith, which has been confirmed, the Ladysmith Women's Forum as well. All these posters, all these banners are actually out, and they're going out on social media, wherever you're going to be, and in whatever area you are. Please take a look. And at this point in time, we're still negotiating with many of the other areas, inshallah. Cape Town definitely will happen. Durban will happen. Johannesburg will happen. We're looking at many of the other areas as well. But we will keep you updated of this tour. And remember, all of this is in support of Salaamedia's initiative, our humanitarian journalism activities, which we have been involved in, and which we have lived, which we have worked towards since inception, where Salaamedia has embraced these principles of humanitarian journalism. Once again, with Hamza Chalan, just adding a lot more value to the type of work that we at Salaamedia are doing. We request your du'as that Allah grant us the strength and the ability to continue. It is only through your du'as, it is only through your generosity, our sponsors, our advertisers, our well-wishers, those that make dua for us, that we are able to continue doing the type of work that we are doing. So looking forward to, once again, another exciting 2 weeks, starting from middle of November right until the 30th of November. We're going to go for a quick break. I'll come back, and we will then wind down for this morning right here on News and Views.
We are here in the middle of a Zahra neighborhood. The whole neighborhood is already destroyed. More than 17 towers are down. Here, as you can see, the firefighters trying their best to help. The people are still under the rubble. A lot of the people.
Join Hamza on his exclusive South African tour as he shares his personal experiences, never before seen footage, and powerful insights on the ongoing genocide in Gaza. This is more than just a talk. It's an invitation to witness Gaza through the lens of Hamza Chalan. Don't miss this opportunity to meet the photojournalist who brought Gaza's pain and perseverance to the world in its darkest moments. Follow Salaamedia on social media pages for more on this tour and be part of the conversation.